For a long time, I've been turned on the topic of how to teach consonant blends to children. Should we teach these consonant blends or not? I have researched a lot about the topic and I have read arguments both in favor and against teaching consonant blends. It is really difficult to make up your mind because both sides of this story have a point. However, I think I have finally made up my mind. I will share with you my final verdict at the end of the video and why, but before, keep watching because I want to present all the information to you so you can also reach your own conclusions. They might be different to mine, I just want to give you the facts. Before we dive into this topic, if you're new here, I just wanted to introduce myself and let you know that this channel, Learning Reading Hub, is all about learning to read and that we publish weekly content with valuable information and resources. If this is something of interest to you, you might want to consider subscribing. Also, on the video description, I always tend to leave you extra links to free materials and resources to teach your child to read. Now, without further ado, let's get started with the topic of how to teach consonant blends to kids. First of all, let's start with some definitions to set the ground rules and make sure we understand concepts properly. What are consonant blends, also called consonant clusters? They are actually no more than two consonants pronounced rapidly. For instance, brave, crisp, spade. Did you notice if the sound that these letters normally make change in these words? Do they make a new sound or do they keep their original sound? Let's hear them again. Brave, crisp, spade. What do you think? Do they make a new sound or do they keep their sound? They keep their original sounds, right? This is, by the way, what makes them different from digraphs. An example of a digraph is the letters C and H when they go together to make the ch sound, as in chat or chase, or the letters S and H when they go together to make the sh sound, as in she, shall, or wish. So I should clarify this because, in my opinion, this distinction is key. We've just seen that in blends, letters keep their original sounds. The only thing is that the sounds are pronounced quickly and the edges seem to adapt to the sounds around them so they can be pronounced continuously in an interrupted stream. Having said all of this, what do you think? Should we teach blends or should we not? It looks like there could be some benefit to it, right? The sounds of letters don't change, but they are pronounced really quickly. In a way, it seems sort of logical to think that we could create faster readers if we teach consonant blends. But the studies have found that there's not an increasing word reading speed when students are taught blends. If interested, I will actually leave you a link to the study on the video description. Let's have a look now at the blends that we should teach our children now. Bull as in blend, brr as in bravo, gl as in clap, cr as in crisp, dur as in drop, dwa as in dwell, fl as in flap, fr as in frog, gl as in glitter, pull as in please, pr as in print, sk as in escape, sk as in sky, zl as in slide, sm as in smile, sn as in snow, sp as in spade, st as in statue, swa as in sweet, dr as in train, twa as in twinkle, cr as in Christmas. Besides, we also have to teach them consonant diagrams. Remember, this is when two consonants team up to make a new sound rather than keeping their original sounds. Let's go through the consonant diagrams now. Ch as in chase, voice th as in that, and voice th as in thing, sh as in shell, k as in sock, n as in sin, f as in face, as in laugh, as in lamb, w as in when. Also have to teach them vowel themes and diphthongs. I'm just going to make them magically appear here. I won't go through them in detail in this video. What I want you to understand is that there is a huge deal of things that we need to teach our children when it comes to reading instructions. Apart from all of these combinations, we also have to teach our children about short and long vowels, about R-controlled syllables, open and closed syllables, and much more. So I think that adding blends to the equation can easily end up in a cognitive overload for many children, and there is no need to do this. There is another way. So, in my opinion, a much more sensible approach is to spend more time practicing and mastering blending sounds in general and on phonemic awareness, that is, hearing and manipulating individual sounds in words, rather than spending so much time on teaching all of these consonant blends. There is nothing special to blends. It seems like a much better use of time and of child's mental resources to focus on getting the child better at decoding, at sounding out words, and once the child is ready and has mastered blending, then you introduce more complex words that contain consonant blends. How do we do this? We do this process very gradually. We start with CVC words. Those are consonant, vowel, consonant words, such as top. And then we go with CCVC words, consonant, consonant, vowel, consonant words such as stop. There's a blend at the beginning. And then we go with CCVCC words such as stomp, with a consonant blend at the beginning and at the end. We practice blending a lot. We start with simple structures first, rather than suddenly introducing all of these blends even before the child has fully mastered blending. By the way, when we introduce these more complex word structures, we keep practicing blending big time. Actually want a handy list of words for practicing with your child? Check the video description because I left you a link there. This approach will even help your child with his or her future spelling, because when children are taught blends, many times they forget to write down letters when spelling words. For instance, for the word flip, they could be writing something like fip. Or maybe they can write down an entirely different letter. For instance, they could write something like this, FHIP. This is because they have been sort of trained into thinking that these consonant combinations are something else, similar to digraphs, such as ch or sh. So they go in their minds looking for that other missing letter on the blend, when the real answer is in their ears, in their ability to hear the sounds. I know that teaching these blends in the traditional way is done with the best intentions to really try to make children's job easier, and in a way it sort of makes sense because these two sounds are pronounced so quickly. But if you pronounce them slowly and you train your child on phonemic awareness, the end result is that your child will be able to hear, dissect, blend and manipulate these individual sounds, turning him or her into a very skilled reader and a greater potential to become a very skilled speller as well. Thank you for watching. Remember, you have the list down below. See you on the next video.